Hey Nodville Nighthawks, here we are with lesson 14 of module 3. Our focus for this lesson is solve division word problems with remainders. So we are going to transition into division. Okay, so division is opposite of multiplication. So your multiplication facts that you've been working on and mastering are still going to help you with division. So kind of how addition and subtraction are opposite of each other. Same goes for division and multiplication. Okay, so we are going to work through our problem set problems, and then your practice looks very similar to this. So like kind of like I did on the last lesson, I want you to see what this is going to look like, and hopefully it won't take as long as the others because it just kind of it's a little bit slower when I'm sharing my screen and trying to record. It just takes a little bit longer. Okay. All right. So division, what division is we are taking a whole and we're dividing it. We're breaking it apart into groups. So if I were to say, what is 10 divided by 5? So really the thought process you want to think is how many groups of 5 can I make if I have 10 of something? So if I have 10, I have 5 and 5. Well, I can make 2 equal groups of 5. So 10 divided by 2 would be 5. And then to double check our work in multiplication, we take our answer, which was 5, multiplying it by our divisor, which was 2, and 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So you can double check your work by using multiplication and addition. And we'll get into that more as we go, but I just want you to understand that division is I'm taking a whole and I'm dividing it or breaking it apart into more groups. Okay. All right. So our first problem is there are 19 identical socks. How many pairs of socks are there? Will there be any socks without a match? If so, how many? So this one, if you don't know how many is in a pair, then you're not going to know what to divide by. So remember, a pair of something is 2. So if I have 19 socks and it's asking me how many pairs will there be, so our question is going to be, or our division problem will be 19 divided by 2. So how many groups of 2 can I make if I have 19? Okay, so if I'm going to make groups of 2, then I'm going to kind of use my dots to represent my 19, but I'm going to line them up in groups of 2. So then it's easier for me to see as we work through. Okay, and I'm actually, you can do the click and drag if you want to, but that can be kind of tricky. I'm going to use my pen to help me make my dots instead. Okay, so I have 19 total. I'm going to break them into groups of 2. So I'm going to I'll show you. So here's 1, 2, and I'm going to count up to 19 doing that. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, so my division, remember I'm making groups, I'm going to show that each of these 2 dots is going to be 1 pair, right? So there's 1 pair. There's 2 pairs. 3, I should put my dots a little bit further apart. There's 3 pairs. 4. The computer will catch up. There's 4, 5, sorry guys, it's just being Takes a minute to catch up here. Come on. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 2. There's 6, 7, 8, and 9. I should have put my dots a little bit further apart, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. So each of those groups is equal to 1 pair. So it says, how many pairs of socks are there? Well, let's count and see. That'll clear off. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 pairs of socks. So if I come over here, down here, my answer says the quotient is 9. We were able to make 9 equal groups of 2. The remainder is 1. We had one little remainder out there that was left over that we couldn't make an equal group. So when we're working with division, the remainder, whatever's left over, I couldn't make a group of 2. That means that there is 1. My answer is 9, remainder 1. Okay, there are 9 pairs of socks, and there will be 1 sock without a match. Okay, that's what that should look like when you guys are doing yours. So I took my 19, I broke them into groups of 2. I was able to make 9 equal groups. That's my answer. And there was 1 left, which is my remainder. Okay. All right, let's do another one. All right, if it takes 8 inches of ribbon to make a bow, how many bows can be made from 3 feet of ribbon? And 1 foot of ribbon is equal to 12 inches. Okay. Will any ribbon be left over? If so, how much? So 1 ribbon is 8 inches. I have 3 feet of ribbon, which is 12 inches. So what we need to do first is we need to do some multiplication to find out how many inches of ribbon we have first. So we're going to want to take 3 feet, we know is 12 inches. So we're going to have to multiply that to find out how many inches we have. So we're going to take 12 and we're going to multiply that. I don't have a multiplication sign. Multiplication times 3. Let's see, I'll get my pen over here. So times 3. So if we take 12 3 times, right? So 12, 24, 36, or we could take 3 times 10. That's going to give us 30. 3 times 2 is going to give us 6. So that's going to equal 36 inches. That's how much ribbon we're working with. Okay. So if I have 36 inches of ribbon and it takes 8 inches to, 8 inches to make 1 bow. Okay. So our division problem is going to be 36 divided by 8. So I'm going to have to break that 36 into groups of 8. So really, how many equal groups of 8 can I make if I have 36 total? Okay, so we're going to use our dots. I'm going to use my pen, and I'm going to make my groups a little more spacious. As we saw last time, it was a little bit more complicated. Okay. All right, so I have groups of 8, and I have a total of 36. So how many groups of 8 can I make if I have 36 inches? So here we go. I'm going to make groups of 8 counting up to 36. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 2 groups, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There's 3 groups, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There's 4 groups of 8, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. All right, so if I were to, let's get kind of a different color, to group these and bundle these, so there's 1 group of 8. Don't judge my drawing skills. There's 2 groups of 8, 3, 4. I remember what that leftover part is called. That leftover part is called, our remainder. That's our remainder, okay? So that leftover part is the remainder. Okay, so now it says how many bows can be made from 3 feet, which was 12 inches with 36 inches. How many bows could we make? We were able to make 1, 2, 3, 4. So our quotient, the answer to a multiplication, the answer to a division problem is your quotient. So the quotient was 4. We were able to make 4 equal groups. The remainder, remember that's how much is left over. So our remainder was 1, 2, 3, 4. So our remainder was 4. So the answer would be 4, remainder 4. So we were able to make 4 bows from the 3 feet of ribbon, and there will be 4 inches left over. Lots of 4s. Okay. All right. So 36 divided by 8 would be equal to 4, remainder 4. Catching on. We're taking our whole, we're breaking it into groups, whatever we're dividing by. That's how many is going to be in each group. And then however many groups we can make, that is our quotient. All right. Okay, we're going to do one more together. All right. The library has 27 chairs and 5 tables. If the same number of chairs is placed at each table, how many chairs can be placed at each table? Will there be any extra chairs? If so, how many? So I have 27 chairs and I have 5 tables. So you can kind of think, well, okay, so if I have that many chairs and I'm breaking them up to those tables, that means our division problem will be 27. Come on, cursor. Sometimes my mouse is there and then it's not. So we're going to be taking 27 divided by 5. Okay, so I have 27 total chairs. I'm breaking those up between the 5 tables. So my groups are going to be groups of 5. How many groups of 5 can I make if I have 27? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Make our groups of 5. Ready? We're going to count up just 27. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So then if we're to bundle those, here's my 1 table. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each table is going to have 5 chairs. So 27 divided by 5, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, remainder 2. So 27 divided by 5 is we were able to make 5 equal groups. Uh-oh. I did that last time and I couldn't bring it back. So our quotient is 5 because we were able to make 5 equal groups. The remainder was 2. We had 2 left over. So 5 chairs will be placed at each table and there will be 2 extra chairs. So when we write our quotients, our answers, it would say 27 divided by 5 is equal to 5. Remainder, we put a little tiny r at the top, 2. Don't judge my drawing. It's hard to draw with a mouse. Okay, so 27 divided by 5 is equal to 5 remainder 2. So 5 chairs can be placed at each table and there will be 2 extra chairs. All right. So this is just a strategy to kind of visualize how we do division. It's not how you're always going to do division. Okay, we just want you to understand that division is breaking that whole number into groups. Okay, that's what division is. We're breaking our whole apart. All right, so we'll keep working on this in small groups and you'll have much more on division. This is just an introduction. So it maybe have been too easy or totally confusing. Either way, you're going to get a lot more practice. All right, you guys. All right, good job today. We will see you soon.